All right, everybody. Hi, back at you. I'm John
I'm Joni.
for the Human Potential. Uh, so, part two of big changes coming. I wanted to follow up with this. Wanted to do it for a couple of days. Just got busy. But if you watch the other video, you realize what basically is transpiring here, and you watched it, right? Did you watch the
Yes.
video? What'd you think?
Um, yeah, I think it's important, to.
What'd you think of the video?
Oh, it was good. Good video.
So, I mean, basically, part two is so the people that control everything or are trying to control everything, they've already lost and they know they've lost. We're talking the financial industry, we're talking, big banks, big corporations, we're talking the health industry. They've already lost. They've known they lost. They can't win. It's an whatever you think or how big you think you are, you're not anywhere near as big as God or the infinite wisdom of all things. You're just not. You're not even in the vicinity of it. Because I don't care how bad you think somebody is, they still come from source. We all come from source. And source is changing. The earth is changing, humanity's changing and going to change. We discussed this. But these people are going to fight, scratch, and claw to keep their power. Somehow their egos are so big that they think they are bigger than the source.
Yeah, they're above everything.
They think that. They truly do. They think they can actually beat God, which is fascinating to me how somebody could be that displaced in their thought process that they are removed from the reality that they are a part of something much greater than what they even know to be. They think they're bigger and better than God. And I use God just simply as a terminology so people have an understanding. You can call it whatever you want. I don't really know another word. Source, right?
Right.
Infinite wisdom, infinite intelligence, whatever you want to call it. But that wave of influence, that wave of energy, that love energy is will and always will win out. It's just a fact. We've just reached a point in our realization of humanity where there's just no return. And it's like I've said this before too. So if you're waiting for the crash, it's not going to happen. If you're waiting for the world to end, it's not going to happen. If you're waiting for the light to turn red because you're one of those jerk offs who drive in slow before, even though the light's green, because oh my God,
It's
guess
gonna
what?
turn red. Yeah.
Yeah, guess what, jack off? You're going to go through it. You're going to go through the green light. I got news for you. Um, People out there, they really irritate me because they live in such this fear state, right? Because they think something's going to end or something's going to crash. But guess what? No, all your bullshit, all your crap, everything that you've done, you're going to have to work through it. I hate to tell you this, you're going to work through it. And all this crap that we've created on this planet, in this world, humans, we're going to have to work through it.
Right.
So if you think you're escaping it by slowing down and waiting for a red light, no, it's going to stay green. We're going through this. We're going to pull you through this, take you through this.
Well, isn't it? It's important for people to understand what they've done in a way, so that we don't do it again.
Or not even so much what they've done because they don't even know what they've done, but to become aware of who they are
Uh huh.
and, and change, right?
Right.
Yeah. So,
Right. Well,
yeah.
I guess it's all.
Yeah, it's in terminology.
It's all combined. Yeah. Right. Right. Right.
Like we just heard Marianne Williamson recently, talk about when people say it's another thing that bugs me. There are no mistakes. Everything happens for a reason. It's like, yeah, no, I don't know whoever came up with that kind of crap. That's garbage. Don't believe that. That's total BS. Um, you know, You didn't have to take the gun and blow your brains out. Okay? Oh, everything happens for a reason. So, no, you didn't have to do that. You just chose to do that. That doesn't mean that it can't be fixed. So, the fact that everything happens for a reason, yeah, no.
To me, that phrase is just to mollify the people around you. Because you're upset that something happened to somebody you love or somebody you know. If you tell yourself it happens for a reason, like somehow it makes it better. In reality, it doesn't. Because it isn't true.
It's not true. It happened and we can fix it and we can
Right.
correct it. But really, honestly, what it is again, it's the bullshit that we tell ourselves because we're waiting for the light to turn red. So we say, oh, it must happen for a reason. No, you were an asshole. You were a jerk off.
That's the reason.
And that's why you did what you did. And instead of owning it, most people egos are so big they
Right.
can't own it, so they simply say, well, I must have did it for some reason.
Right.
Or everything happens for a reason. Yeah, no, you screwed up. It's okay that you screwed up. We can
Right.
fix it. We can adjust it. That's why it's never too late. When someone says, oh, I'm 80, I don't need to do anything, man, I got in a late person didn't like me because I'm like, so you're 80, big deal. You can make a change now. And they're like, they wanted to woo in their pittiness, right?
Yeah, they wanted to live in that.
Live in that. Yeah, that's the right word. And I wouldn't allow them to live in it, right? And they were
They
getting
got mad.
They were getting mad at me because I'm going, no, I'm not gonna give you that out.
Right.
We don't have an out here. We do not have an out. We are going to work through this. We are working through this.
Right.
And we've already won. The good has already won. I hate to say this. The good, well, no, I want to say this. I hate it. I love to
No,
say
it's a
it. The
good-
good has
it's a good
already
thing.
won. It's just a matter of us waking up to it. So there is no crash coming. There is no financial crash coming. There is no nuclear war coming. Matter of fact, I sometimes say, good, nuclear war, bomb, let's do it. You know what would happen? Fantastic. You'll see like UFOs appear out of nowhere in the sky, like that. And they will knock everyone out.
Floored it.
And they will disintegrate it. See, everything comes from source. If you take a gun and you're holding a gun, okay? That gun isn't really there. That's just an illusion of a gun, right?
Right.
Death is an illusion. Even if someone shoots somebody and they die, that's an illusion. They never died. The energy transmutes.
They change form.
Okay, so that gun theoretically is not there. Okay, so what if you're with somebody who you're holding the gun and they're so beyond your reality of comprehensional levelness of vibrational frequency that they operate at such a high level that they just simply think that gun away, and in the middle, and the gun just completely disappears.
Right.
You ain't gonna harm them. Okay, that's what we're working with. Okay, that's who's on our side. The infinite of all things is on our side, and it's winning. It has already won, right? So, I mean, if there was a nuclear war, let's say, you'd see the extraterrestrials. They're not going to allow it. They're simply not going to allow it. You're going to see ships appear out of nowhere that have been there the whole time, and they just go boom, 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 just make everything disappear. Everything diffuses in the sky, falls. And they're going to go, nah, guys,
Can't do that.
you got to work through your shit,
Not allowed.
right?
Right.
And like that, you'll have the knowingness that extraterrestrials are real. I like
Right.
that.
There's so many things that people are not aware of. Extraterrestrials is just one.
You know,
or
they are. I
On
think
some level they are, but
I think they are. Here's the thing.
they don't have the knowing about them, though.
I think there's a denial.
Yeah.
There's a denial. You know, even in when you go to church or anything like that, it's such bullshit. These freaking jackoffs just crack me up because they're so believing in Jesus and Christ, and they don't even live that life. But the truth of the matter is, it's just a big bullshit scam they put in their face so they don't have to take responsibility for being an asshole. Right?
Right.
And that's the truth. They think, oh, I believe in God. I go to church, and and it's just all this veil they put over their face. When in fact they're the biggest freaking jack-offs, judgmental pains in the asses that are the exact opposite of what they're actually there to believe in.
Right.
I mean, it just fascinates me. You see a lot of Republicans, and I am not Democrat or Republican. I can't stand politicians. But you see one side of the political party that are, so-called Christians, and their so-called savior couldn't even run on their ticket.
Right.
Think about it. Give money to the poor? Fuck, what?
Yeah.
He without sin cast the first stone? What? What? That wouldn't exist. He wouldn't even be allowed on the ticket. Right?
Right.
Yet, he's our savior. You know what I mean?
Right.
Cracks me up. Somebody who they are supposedly there to emulate, right?
Right.
They are there to sort of act as, are the complete opposite. Most judgmental, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh
yes.
my God, gays. Ooh, they're so bad, Like, really? God is really that Come on, people. Come on. Really? It's asinine.
It is. It
asinine.
is. If they had any logical thought, they wouldn't even entertain any of that.
No.
No.
Can you see Jesus doing that to
Saying,
somebody?
Yeah.
Really? Really? It's lame. So, yeah. We're not going to blow each other up. We're not going to have a financial crash. I hate to say it, guys. I love to say it. We got to work through our crap. We got to work through our BS. And we're going to, because we have to. It is simple as that. The earth is evolving, the earth is changing, and humanity is going to evolve with it. And
Right.
that's a higher,
like it or not.
That's a higher level of consciousness. That's a higher level of understanding, of awareness of what we are. Your frequency is changing. Now, some of you may be experiencing certain vibrational shifts, right? Where you don't feel good.
Yeah, physical symptoms sometimes come up.
Yes.
When that happens.
You don't feel good, or maybe your temperature or maybe blood pressure goes up a bit. Okay. Right. And I'm not a doctor, so don't take my advice. Go see a doctor. But I'm just saying that sometimes that is related to the frequency shift of the body.
Right.
So think about this for a second, if you can't imagine. So I want you to try to imagine God or the infinite wisdom and how much energy that is, right? Think about that for a second. The infinite wisdom of the creator of all things. Let's just simplify it, whether it's, you believe it or not, irrelevant. But the creator of all things. Let's just say that, okay?
Okay.
So that's all knowledge, okay?
Right.
Do you think you could handle that?
No.
What do you think would happen to
No.
you if you were to experience that, even just a pinpoint of it?
I don't know, like some kind of
You'd blow up.
explosion or something.
It'd be like listening to a physics instructor tell you the meaning of the physics or something, right? You'd be like, right? Your brain would unless you're at that frequency, your brain would go, what?
Yeah, you can't grasp it.
Can't comprehend it.
No, not at all.
Right. You wouldn't comprehend it. And so, I don't know where I was going with that, but that's why they send angels. So when people say, well, I talk directly with God. No, you don't. No, you don't. Somewhat you do, because you couldn't handle the energy. So there's intermediaries, right? There's guides, angels, right? Family members who have passed over. Your higher self,
other energetic,
uses those because they can adjust their energy to more, communicate with you, right?
Right.
And again, that's where meditation comes in, or when you sleep, you sort of lift your energy, your frequency goes up. It's easier to match. They can come and match it. When you channel, and everybody channels every day, and it's just you do. But like a channeler or a trance channeler, and a medium or somebody who's intuitive, and we're all intuitive. But what happens is they basically start to raise their frequency, right? And so they can attune to that energy.
Right.
And you can get to a point where you pretty much just stay there. Well, that's what's happening with this frequency shift, this energy shift. Your body goes through this like level. It's here, okay, and then this energy up here, energy right here, is trying to, so it's going to bring it up, and you like, oh God, I don't feel good. My head hurts. I'm like, ugh, I don't feel very good. And then like a week goes by, and you feel good. And then maybe months go by and you go, boy, I don't feel good again. See, they take you in stages, and then finally it's like, okay, I feel good. Now we're here.
Right.
Okay. And so now we're going to go to the next one. And it could happen. So it could happen again, right?
Right.
You go, oh,
sure.
God, I just don't, my head, I don't feel good. I'm going to go sleep. I'm going to go lay down. And that's all that is. Basically, your energy is being shifted up because humanity's energy is shifted up. And that's why there seems to be a lot of disruption and chaos.
Right.
Okay.
Well, we're all trying to get there.
Well, we're already there. We're just trying to become aware of what we
Right.
are.
Right.
And so we're trying to push everybody into this area. Well, we are pushing everybody into this area, so whether we like it or not.
Right.
And that's basically what I wanted to talk to you about as far as part 2 and the big changes. And we're going to go into other things about. I think maybe the next video we're going to talk about food and how vibrational frequencies of food, because I sort of had a change of thought. Like I used to think that everybody was going to be a vegetarian at one point because of the frequency of food. So one of the most highest level of frequency foods on the planet is what? Algae, right? It's one of the most nutrient dense.
It's the most basic.
Right, and nutrient dense.
Yeah,
it's got
right.
like everything, chlorophyll. It's got everything in it, right?
Right.
And that's why I thought, eventually everybody's going to get to that point. But no one's really vegetarian because there's still microscopic bugs on these things.
Right.
So it's still bones and tissue.
You eat a vegetable, but it's still got something on it. Even though you can't see it, it's
Right.
still there.
Bones and tissue and
Right.
some sort of protein on there. And then, but like, so I used to think, well, okay, so a cow, because I eat beef, and it's like I've had this thing, like, is this right? Is this not right? But I just all of a sudden it hit me driving the other day that, it's such a sweet animal. It's such a beautiful animal. And I go, what made me think this is low frequency? This is a high frequency animal.
Right.
That has given itself to us for its nutrients.
A gift.
A gift, and I don't know if it's right, wrong, or indifferent, but I thought, no, they're actually very high frequency animals. Very, very, and like you said, it's a gift, And I think in truth, the reality is eventually we probably will evolve to where we don't even need food. Like we're living off light.
Right.
And air. And we're far from that, but I don't think we're as far as people think, quite honestly. I don't. I think we're evolving as a species rapidly to an area of higher frequency, of higher illumination, if you will, of the true self.
Right.
But anything to add?
Not really. It's a lot to wrap your head around if you're not. These kinds of things aren't on the radar for you.
Yeah, I think it is.
You know what I mean? People who might be hearing this for the first time.
I think it's a lot
have a lot to think about.
Yeah, it's a lot to absorb. Yeah. But also playtime is over.
Yeah.
That's I think one of the big appeals for Trump is the fact that he's kind of a jerk off, and he just says what he says.
He's very blunt, bold, blatant. His
and people want that. People are sick of just the rhetoric crap, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, pussyfooting around all the time.
And again, I'm not saying I like Trump, don't like Trump. I'm not political. I'm not. I am a true independent. I think all politicians pretty much work for themselves and the corporations.
Right.
But what his appeal is...
But it's his approach to it that people like.
Yeah.
Because they feel like they can relate to it. So that's why
I think they're pissed.
Yeah, they're angry.
They're
You
pissed
know,
and they're like, hey, man, yeah, this
they
guy,
can't fight.
yeah, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's not that they necessarily agree with everything,
Right,
of him, but
right.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that the time for, pussyfooting is
Done.
basically done.
Right.
And, it's like, okay, guys, no, here's the truth. And, that's why I don't really even associate with a lot of, I like Marianne Williamson, actually, because if you listen to her, she's like, yeah, no, there are some mistakes, right?
Right.
She's
And when
pretty
she
real.
makes one, she will come right out and say,
Right.
this maybe wasn't the best choice of words for me. I did
Right.
it came out incorrectly. I should have whatever.
Yeah, because
I
we
like
all
that.
we all
do it.
grow,
Right.
we learn.
Right.
Even this person I don't like. Well, it was Maya Angelou actually. I like Maya Angelou, but when you know better, you do better.
Right. So knowing better, there's always have to learn.
Always have to learn.
Always have to learn.
And be open to it. But so, I'm not saying run red lights, but don't wait for the red light. Okay, it's going to stay green, and we're going to get through this. Together, we're going to get through it, and we're going to evolve, and we're going to get to that deeper level of awareness and understanding. We already are. We're just becoming aware of it. So, guys, hey, thanks.
Thank
Remember, always love yourself. Okay, you are important, very important to the cause. You're here for a reason, to love and understand and grow within yourselves, and then share it for the world, and be that light. Let that light that's already within you shine,
Yes.
and let it shine bright. Have a great day, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.